All right. Lost that internet, man. I'm back. Let's get it. All right. Wait for my guys to get back. Let me see. I should. It says I'm back. Yes, y'all sir. Y'all sir says sup, Eagle. Yeah. Man, every time I start cooking and baking, man, here they come with some internet failure or some bullshit. Always, man. Oh, man. Yeah, y'all sir, he on this today. You my number one guy today, y'all sir, cause you y'all sir came through a couple of times. He said, yeah, y'all sir came through a couple of times. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I think we back in here. Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, the guys will be back. They not trying to miss Eagle. They not trying to miss this topic right here because this is important right here, man. This is important. So we read through all the did you even hear me say what Sir Flame said? Yeah. I might have to freestyle it. I might have to freestyle what Sir Flame put up. Yeah. We back though, right? Put up a one if you can hear anything. Ladies and gentlemen, put up a one if you can hear Eagle. If Eagle is back, let's put up a one. Put up a one. Mm-hmm. Why was I even messing with that? I seen that back on the replay. I'm like, why am I messing with these jars and stuff? Reaching over there. But y'all put up a one if you hear me. If I'm back in here, y'all put up a one. Testing, testing. One, one, one. One, one, one. And click on the link below. And check out the Eagle stuff. Yeah. Y'all click on my link. Y'all can check out the Eagle stuff out there. You know what I mean? Let me see. I gotta read. I don't know. It's saying that my chat is disabled. It's like, why is my chat disabled? I didn't disable the chat. This shit is going crazy. Okay, you can hear me, but it's saying that my chat was disabled. I'm like, this shit is stupid. I know what it is. Okay, there we go. I just had to do something else for it to go into, for us to go back on and speak live on it. Yeah. Hey, did you hear me? Did you hear me, y'all, sir? When I gave our statement, the Eagles Web statement, which is our rules. Did Sir Flame put up? Did you hear did I read it off, or I got to do it free, or do I have to do it freestyle? Because I'm prepared to do it freestyle, brother. I'm prepared to do it freestyle if I have to. Because I got to make sure I get that point across. I don't know if I was cut off by then or not. But yeah, we look at all these controversial fights. And see, a lot of people, they're not getting this and they're not understanding about these controversial fights. You see. These controversial fights, they involve like a superstar. And not necessarily that the people want them to be a superstar, but media, and sometimes it's the people, and it's the media, and it's everything else. They want them to be superstar status. They can't afford to lose. And I've seen like even commentators, you have commentators like, oh yeah, this is really close though. I don't know. I think the champ is going to edge this one out. We're hoping he edges it out. What you mean? You're a commentator. You have no, you have no race. You got no pony in that race. You have no business to say anything like that. That you're hoping somebody win. No, you have no. Uh, if you're doing analysis on the fight, there's no reason for you to say that you want a certain fighter to win because you're doing analysis. You can speculate. Oh, I think this guy. I think he will win, but we'll have to see. You always have to add that. Well, we have to see about it. I'm sorry. You always have to add that. You can't do that, and not. And you're gonna seem biased, and then if a decision goes, if you get a close decision, then everybody's thinking a certain way. But anyway, back to Cinnamon Bun. His name had to be mentioned a few times, and what can we do about that? Okay, your name came up because you've been in close fights. Too many close fights for comfort. You were in a close fight with Trout. You was in a close fight with Laura. You was in a close fight with Kovalev. And they tried to make it seem like you was in a close fight with Floyd Mayweather. But you really wasn't in a close fight with Floyd Mayweather. You got your ass whooped. You didn't know what to do. He confounded you, had you confused. Okay, De La Hoya was in a so-called close fight with Floyd Mayweather. And just like Derek Bailey brought up, he was in a close fight with, what's his name, Sturm. In which a lot of people think that he lost that fight. Sweet Pea Whitaker. If you go back and look at it, oh yeah, brother, we back live. Derek Bay says, "Is this live?" Yeah, we're live. Yeah, at least it's on the air. I don't know. My program is messed up right now. I can't even. My program is not showing me none of the chat. I have to look over to the other side to see my chat. Yeah, we here. Yeah, but we just trying to get this shit out the way, Derek. Probably have to talk about it again. But as long as you visitors heard the statement, because Eagles Web have a statement, we have a statement of rules, and Sir Flame brings those rules to Eagles Web Boxing. Just in case y'all don't know what it is, of course he always comes in with the respect. He says salute to, he always say salute to Eagles Web, salute to the chat, and he always say it, and as always, jab that like button all y'all's neck. And he said don't get neck in Eagles Web Boxing. And he usually have the fire up good, he have the 100 up good, and he have that glove up good, and he always got those things up good, baby. Just in case you don't know what that is, that's what we slice you down with. That's what these people will slice you down with. If you come in here and act it up, I didn't say act up, I said act it up. If you come in here and act it up, somebody might have to act you out. And that's what it is in Eagles Web Boxing. So make sure I said that because I know we got cut off the air and I didn't want my brother to be wasting what he said. So I know it by heart because I said every time he come in, he bring the Eagles rules. So but Canelo in all these controversial fights, why? And then now he's superstar status. Think about it. Superstars get edges and stuff. They get the edge because they are the ones with the money. Mayweather, before he became like champ, he had one or two controversial fights, at least one. The one that everybody brings up is the Castillo because he was fighting inside, looked like he was losing. But Mayweather could take a lot more than back then. He could take a lot more punishment and a lot more than what people thought. A lot of punches he could. But they just didn't want him to do that. Mayweather's he's a dog, man. I'm telling you. A lot of people didn't like him. I don't like him like that now. I want him out of boxing, but hey, it is what it is. When back then he could take it. He could take it. You know what I mean? So ain't no hating. You cannot hate on that. You know what I mean? Now when he become champ, like when he got up to welterweight or when he was moving up and down and stuff, people still They still didn't like him. He said he was going to fight anybody. He said he was going to fight all the weight classes, and he did. Because he went up and fought Oscar De La Hoya and everything. So, and Oscar De La Hoya was calling him a kid. Oh, this kid's good and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And thought he could win. He couldn't win. But it really was no close fights. After that, none of the fights were really close. I mean, when was his next controversy? It was all the way up to Maidana. But people didn't love Maidana that much. Because when they see Maidana lose the second fight, then that was over with. But put this into your mind. Julio Cesar Chavez versus Frankie Randall. Julio Cesar Chavez versus Meldrick Taylor. Julio Cesar Chavez versus Sweet Pea Whitaker. Why are all those fights controversial fights? Think about it. Why are all of them controversial fights? Superstar status. And the common theme with most of these controversial fights, and don't throw your hands up. I know somebody gonna throw their hands up. Oh, there he go. There he go. A lot of them happen to be Hispanic fighters for some reason. And why is that? Even this last one. Besides Takum and Joyce, that's going to be controversial. Besides that, but why? Why do they paint that? Why does that picture have to be painted? Because I'm telling you what it is they taking two sides and putting them against each other. People that should never be against each other, they put them against each other. And matter of fact, they put Mexicans against too many people. They put Mexicans against the so-called African American, the so-called Puerto Ricans, the Boricuas, yep, the Tainos. Those are Taino Native Americans. Those are Taino Indians. Just so you know who they really are. They're not from the port of riches and beauty and all that. They are from the tribe. Taino Indian. That's what they are. But Mexican goes against them, goes against African Americans, goes against Europeans. I mean, they always match them up because, and this is the reason I had to bring this up, because this is what kills boxing, is because we're not putting good fighters against each other based on a good fighter versus another good fighter. Is we still are stuck, and you guys believe this or not, we are still stuck in a race baiting type of a sport. Nobody wants to see two white guys fight. So, and I'm just saying white. I know you're not ever white, but I don't like the word the Caucasian. I don't like that word. So, but I'm just saying. So I'm just picking on, has nothing to do with race on that. But nobody wants to see that fight. Why? For the most part, nobody wants to see that. They have to see it. In certain countries, you have to see it because that's what you have over there. And you have people that are prominent in boxing, like good figures, that would say, and you guys know where these quotes come from. They're not coming from me. All black fighters are not entertaining. Black, they'll use the word black, African American. They're not entertaining when they fight. Shit. Mike Tyson was one of the most exciting fighters ever put on a pair of gloves. Muhammad Ali was one of the most exciting fighters ever put on the glove. Sugar Ray Robinson was one of the most exciting fighters to put on the glove. So that shit goes out to, sorry, Flame said Anglo-Saxon. Okay, we'll go with the Anglo-Saxon. But if you know who the real Anglo-Saxons is, and that kills that argument too. Because guess what? The real Anglo-Saxons was actually brothers. Sorry. Oh, that kills that too. And I just don't like to use the Caucasian. I don't like that. Because that's the everybody say the Caucasus Mountains and all that type of stuff. I don't want to get into all that because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to kill this narrative because we want to see good fights. Because I want to call you, if you're a white guy, I want to say, look at my white guy, do business. And I'm not calling you my white guy because of anything other than that. Because if I can't call you a person in fighting, in boxing, I'm going to just call you my white guy. That's my white dude, man. We talking about that dude can fight. I'm gonna appreciate, but I'm not appreciating you because you're white, brown, or anything else. I'm appreciating you because of the craft, because of your skill. Just like in art, if there's a badass artist, it don't matter what color he is. That's a badass artist, but they're gonna break it down, and they're gonna call you an African American artist, or Hispanic, or some Mexican. They're gonna call you. They're gonna say all that. They don't say that when it's a Van Gogh or something. They don't. They don't say who it was. They don't say, oh, the white artist Van Gogh. They don't say that. Leonardo da Vinci, right? They're not going to say stuff like that. Michelangelo, they're not going to say stuff like that, right? They're just going to give the name. So I'm trying to kill this whole thing, and I'm trying to bring it to light that why do we have this kind of controversial things? In the main two reasons is because superstar status, or we need to get you to superstar status, or it's going to be it's going to be color involved. And sometimes it's both. And I'm sorry to break that to your children, but that's exactly what it is. Whether you get mad again. But Sir Flame back up in the house, man. He come in talking about Anglo-Saxon. But let's go back to y'all, sir. Okay, so that means everybody. He said one-sided commentary is the reason why you will hear shit like punch from the gods. Forget the fact that the dude's been setting it up for the last few rounds. White versus Povetkin. No shit. Oh, that was a punch from the gods or something. Yeah, they say stupid shit. That's why it's better to turn it down. You watch it for yourself, people, and then you go back and you check it out later. You might put on the commentary so you can laugh like, oh, that's what they said? Wow. Yeah, so it's good to go through it the first time. When you watch the fight live, no sound. You watch it a second time, then you're curious to see what they said. So, because you're going to say, like, I seen punches that they didn't see. They didn't call that. Because a lot of times they acting like stuff landed. Like I said, the Mayweather versus De La Hoya. They was making it seem like De La Hoya was landing some shit that he wasn't landing. Mayweather was just too slick for De La Hoya. That's all. De La Hoya couldn't beat him at no point in time. Would never beat somebody like Mayweather. Just too slick. And just make De La Hoya would always be frustrated. He would always, if they had to repeat it and they forgot the fight, never knew the fight existed, he fought him at a different time, he still lose. Certain fighters will always beat you. Just like I said about me and Derek Bailey got into a little bit about like the Tommy Hearns versus Roberto Duran. No matter how many times they fought, regardless of what Duran's problem might have been, he's gonna lose. Yeah. Derek Bailey said that's true. But we just trying to clear that up. Because I'm telling you, I come from a place where we use race, but we don't use race. You understand? And my language is different because that's what I heard growing up. I heard different stuff. So that white boy bad. So we don't mean it like that. People take it like that, but that's not what we're saying. We just identifying him so you can know which one to look for if you wasn't there. Oh, let me see who I gotta look for. You're like, that white dude, yeah, he good, brother. You know what I mean? If we don't have other ways, so we're gonna use color, and we're gonna use size. That little fat dude. So a little fat dude he's not gonna get called by color. He's not gonna get called black, white, or nothing. He's gonna get called the little fat dude. Oh, that real tall dude, the real tall dude, he gonna get called the real tall. Only reason we use the color is because if they the same size or something like that, or same, like they all lined up, then you got to say who it is. The redhead white guy, because the black guy out there with redhead, then you got to say the redhead white guy. See, it's just the way that we describe stuff. It has nothing to do with race. You guys take it as like, oh, that's racism. You guys take stuff as racism. It's not really racism. It's a characteristic. And that's the only reason I would use color like that is because characteristics. I'm not going to use it because to go against somebody. People tried that shit with Taylor. And Taylor's still winning. Yeah, he beat Rivera up. He whooped your ass. He whooped Rougarou's ass. Y'all getting your ass whooped by him. That's my guy then. That's my guy. I don't care. People that don't know him as Taylor, he's a white guy. And that's just a description. I don't know his lineage, his real heritage. But that's it. 140 pounder. He's just doing what he got to do. Y'all can hate on him if you want to. Shit, I love basketball. There's some badass certain guys. The brothers supposed to take over basketball. No, no. And the USA lost to France. Just lost to France. But predominantly, let's just be honest, there's more browner skinned persons that play that basketball pretty good. But Larry Bird was he was good. You can go back further than that. Jerry West, Pete Maravich. You can go back. You can go all the way back in basketball. But I'm just saying, that's not the way we looked at it. We just looked at it as an athlete. We look at each other as artists and athletes. We just look at him like, oh, he's a good athlete, man. We just call each other athletes, man. Now, if we want to describe you, we might use something else. But we got to stop that shit. Derek Bailey back in there. He said, I listened to Trey call the fight so I don't have to hear the commentators. Yeah, that's what I try to do too, though. But a lot of times my show will be like behind them. It'll be behind them or in front of them. So I just rather just go quiet. You know, did Trey call the fight? I didn't even get no notifications, man. As a matter of fact, you guys make sure you recheck all your notifications for channels that you subscribe to. Maybe unsubscribe and then subscribe right back. Just unsubscribe, clear everything, and then go back in and subscribe again. Because they're jacking us up on a lot of this stuff where people go, I didn't even know you was on. Yeah, that's because they're not allowing that. Yeah. Y'all, sir, is that Derek Bailey? Yeah. But then Derek Bailey's right back. He said, could you imagine if Floyd fought Oscar at 130? Floyd would have really beat the brakes off of Oscar. Oh, he would have killed him at 130. At 130, his hands didn't matter at 130 because he was hitting back then. He was stopping people's ass back then bad. He would have went to De La Hoya's body and he would have wore De La Hoya's ass out. Because De La Hoya, believe it or not, nobody caught that secret that De La Hoya couldn't take like hard body shots. He didn't get exposed until like late, until he was like already like older. He didn't get exposed until I think the B-Hop fight. That's when he got exposed. Nobody got exposed before that. Yeah, Yasser Hussein said, I have to watch the UK fights without proper commentary. He said, laugh out loud. I don't know, maybe you can get... Maybe Trey will call one of them fights, man. Hey, if all the belts go over to England, he'll be calling them. Shit, we don't know where them belts gonna go. Yeah. Derek Bay said they blaming Pop for that loss. Yeah. There's somebody gotta take that fall. Somebody gotta be the fall. The fall guy. Pop ain't had shit to do with it. He said they didn't call him fights this past weekend. Okay. Yeah. He said, did you see the Showbox card Friday? They robbed a bunch in that fight. Yeah. That's when, yeah, that shit keep going on. But I don't want nobody getting mad. Don't think, because I'm not, there's no way, if you ask anybody in here, they'll know that I call everybody in here my brother and my sister. And matter of fact, I'm going to tell y'all something. So that big table that I drew for you guys, Derek, because I'm saying Derek and y'all, sir, because they probably was in the chat that day. And I don't know if Sir Flame was here, but he might have been here. But I bought that same thing to this. It was an Asian guy. That I was out in the city, you know. And when I go to the city, I call it the belly of the beast. I go to the worst part of the city. So I went to the city, and it was an Asian guy that came over. We just started talking. First, he was taking pictures because me and my medicine man, we had hairdressers on. We was dressed up that day. We wanted to do something different. And I usually dress like that anyway, but I made him dress like that. And he was taking pictures, and my medicine man like kind of checked him or whatever. But after a while, I started having a dialogue with him. I started talking to him, and he was engaged, and he was, he's purchasing stuff from us. But at one point, I was just explaining to him. I said the reason we don't get along, and we'll never get along, I said because people won't invite anybody to their table, like to their dinner table. Like you'll invite family and friends to your dinner table, but not outside friends you won't ever invite. And so I put that into his image of just having, when we all got off work, this is a huge table. And everybody takes their part. to bring certain dishes of different cultures and stuff. I said, you probably wouldn't be able to eat all the food. Everybody get one spoonful because there'd be so many dishes out there. I said, but there wouldn't be no argument. I said, and that would be the environment where the kids grew up. They would be used to seeing everybody, and they would be used to everybody's food. They would probably even learn, some of the language and everything else. And they would know what place they had. Like, okay, I'm at this age, I got to put out tablecloths. I got to put out silverware. I got to put out plates. Now I'm at an age, I got to make the food. You know what I mean? And all the boys be like, okay, I got to bring out chairs. Now I'm big enough, I got to bring out tables. But if we all came together at a table like that, I was explaining that to him. He's like, yeah, he said, that's a good philosophy. I said, yeah, but look how simple it is. I said, that's why the country is where it is now. Because we never sit at the table together. We'll go to restaurants and there's couples over here and that we're looking at them like, look at them. Especially you go to a banquet. You go to an all you can eat. You look at all the fat people. You get prejudiced when you see a bunch of 400-pounders come in there. They're going to eat up all the chicken. See, you already, yeah, they have to be invited too. We just got to limit what they eat. Because we ain't trying to have, we don't want every nation get mad at the fat people. But I'm saying is that if we did that once a week at least, after work Friday, say, hey, Friday, hey, we're gonna do the spread. We doing the spread on the weekend and line those tables up all the way down the block, and you just pass the dishes, passing it over. All y'all worried about is eating. You're not worried about the differences. You see what I mean? When I explained that to him, he was happy. He actually said he's going to come back and see me. He wanted to talk to me some more. See? But sometimes it's just like little philosophy, if you want to call it philosophy, this. For me, I told him, I said, for me, it's not a philosophy. I said it's common sense. It's something common. It's something that we always done as family, as natives. That's something we always done. Yep. The little guy. No, I didn't catch much of it, y'all, sir, but I caught it was I think it was a featherweight. I forget his name. It looked close to me. I don't know. He might have lost, but he won. He's moving on to the final. That's for the USA. That's the only fight I really caught. It was a featherweight out of Cleveland. I think he's out of Cleveland. And I'm sorry, I just don't know his name right now. But he's 4-0 in professional fighting. I have to go back and check him out. Yep. Okay, Derek is talking to you. Yep. And then y'all serve right back. He said, God bless the BBC iPlayer. He said they cover most events live, if not all the multiple screens, and they got them all on catch up. Okay, that's cool. We get that, but we got to go to what they call a sports bar to catch stuff like that, to catch everything. Because you go to a sports bar, they have more than one sport on. And yes, there's just one thing on, and then that'll be on. But yeah, you go to a sports bar, and yes, they invite you over for like a pay-per-view or something. Yeah, they have all the sports on. You be in there breaking your neck, turning back. So what happened? You hear some screaming back here, y'all. I gotta look back there. I gotta look here. You be looking everywhere, man. Your neck be hurting time you go home. But that's how we do it over here, y'all, sir. Yeah. But listen to what I said, though, Derek. If you take that in perspective, brother, because he says America don't want people to learn languages like you see in other countries. Yeah, you got to take the incentive on your own. But guess what? We would know little phrases and stuff. We would know but just think how many languages we would know. We would know how to communicate at dinner. And just if it's one meal, we would know how to communicate at dinner, because you're not going to sit in the same spot all the time. You're going to want to move around. I'm going to go sit over here by these Filipinos. Let me go sit over by these Chinese. Let me go sit over by these Koreans. Let me go sit over by these Tanzanians. Let me go sit over by these Kenyans. You see what I mean? Let me go sit by these Ecuadorians. Back and forth. Let me go sit by the Eskimos. Back and forth, brother. That's all it takes, is just coming to the table. That's all it takes. I'm looking way at the bottom. I seen that 100 pop up there. Stupid. They say all cuss words too, yeah. Well, not at the table. Well, we're going to learn how you say good. How they say good food. They're stupid. Hopefully we're going to learn how they say good food and stuff. Yeah, you gotta learn them cuss words. You got, you got to see that. Yeah, yeah. We got to catch those Olympic fights if you guys can. If you're not too busy, try to see if you can catch some of them. Yeah. Okay. Yasser Hussein said they got it all up there. Yep. Derek, he said, what did he initially ask you at Eagles Web? Well, he was wondering. See, this is what he was wondering why it was it was not accepted to just take pictures of us. We just don't like. It's just kind of disrespectful. You didn't say hi. You didn't come see what we was doing. You didn't ask us anything. You didn't ask us about either one of our nations or nothing like that. You going. People do this to us all day long, Derek. I'm gonna tell you how this will get on your nerves. I'm sure. Is they'll have a camera, right? They holding the camera. A lot of times they holding the camera up in the air like this or a phone, and they just pushing record or they're pushing like click, and they're just walking by us like this, like this. And a lot of times they won't even look at us. They'll just hold it to the side and have the camera going, so we think that they're just taking the whole city, and they'll do this like all day. And they don't say nothing. And I tell them, we catch them, we'll just go like that. And so now you got a picture of me hiding. And people, if you put that up, people think, well, why didn't you catch a picture of the guy? Because you wouldn't even talk to him. And that's where it really kind of started right there. And then so we just started to explain to him that we make all of our stuff. So yeah, we say we real native put our real stuff out. And so we just started talking to him about that. And then he, that initially brought him back a second time because he got something. After he felt kind of embarrassed, he got something. He thought he was just buying something that was, imported. He found out that he was getting the real deal, and then he asked when we'll be there, and so then he came back again. He was leaving. He had actually walked across the street. He was on his way across the street. He said, "Wait a minute, let me go back and pick up something." He said, "I kind of like this too. I get this too when I come back." I told him all one of a kind. I said, "It may not be there," and so he picked up something else. And after he picked up something else, then we just got and then that's how we got into the conversation. Yeah. But they be going by. The way they do it, man, they do it all kinds of ways. They might have a camera sticking out of a purse or something. I'm like, why are you guys doing that? Because sometimes we'll do like we'll show people, like something traditional. We'll show them like, this is what you do. This is a round dance. I said, this is a community dance. And we'll show them, what the round dance is. And we'll show them like maybe a crow hop or something like that or some other dances. We just show them because we're just interacting with people and little kids. We're trying to bring the culture, trying to let them understand that there's still a culture. But then you got the slick ass people. And some of them is, some of them are tourists. The tourists they don't know. But we just tell them like, no, don't do that, man. You don't be taking pictures. My brother tell him, he say, hey, throw $5 up. Hand me $5. You taking pictures. Yep. I don't think it was Kashawn Davies, man. Let me see. Let me go check right now, brother. I'll check it out. It might be on my. I'll check and see because I might have looked at it somewhere else. But if not, if it's in history, then it will be here. It is. Okay, his name is Duke Reagan. So it's in his last name Duke, Duke, and then Reagan. He spells different. He spells with all A's. So Ragan. That's his name. So it was still in my history. So it's all good. So I was able to just pull it up because it was still in the history. That's what it was. Derek said, all cuss words. We got some sports bars here as well, Eagle. Loud, obnoxious places full of chavs with a bit of money, yeah. Hey, but if you drink, you can go in there and get free drinks. You go in there late, you get free drinks. Just go in there a certain way. I know over here, I'm telling you, over here, I'm giving y'all, advice. Sometimes I have to give advice. So in the USA, what happens, you can go in there and people will just see you. Like if I go in there dressed a certain way, everybody's going to invite me over to the table. Hey, man, they're going to be staring at first. Come on over, man. They're going to start buying me drinks and everything else. So you use everything to your advantage. Derek, Derek Bailey say surprised he didn't know that. He go Derek Bailey like, that's kind of surprising. Yep. Yeah, people are slick with them filming you now. Yeah, they real slick, man. They real slick. We actually catch them with professional equipment from a distance. But they a lot of times like we'll put up with it, but after a while I get tired of it. Like especially if I'm hot and tired, I've been dancing. I just get tired. I had a professional photographer. He was like, telling me which way to stand. Like, yo, put your chin up like this, turn this way, and do this and all that. And I'm all painted up. Got my choker on, and all these chains and shit. Y'all got my medicine, my warrior beads on today. I took everything off for right now. I'll put it on later, but yeah. And back then I was just being nice, but I wasn't thinking, where's he gonna do with all those pictures? And I got upset later. But I said, damn man, ain't no telling how much money he's making off my picture. I ain't heard from some people we hear from, and they like might send us a couple of pictures, and some people they be lying, Cause I'll tell them, hey, email me those damn pictures, or some of them, yeah. And they won't. Some of them they won't. But remember, I told you guys because I found my picture in the Chronicle. I found it, and then I found it on what is this shit called? Is it Reddit or something? What is that? Is they have one thing where you have to buy the pictures, and they'll put like if you don't buy the picture, they'll put all kinds of words going diagonal across the picture. So if you steal it, then your picture has all these lines and name. And I'm like, shit, I didn't give them permission. They got like about 2 or 3 of my pictures that they selling. I'm like, are you serious? Let me see if I can pull any of them up. I'm like, y'all selling my pictures? Like, damn. I went in there and got my picture for free, but I was still kind of heated. I'm like, oh, they making money off me. They didn't tell me they was doing it to make money. They would just ask me, can they take a picture? When you ask somebody if you can take a picture, that's all you're doing. Is taking a picture for you. That's for you. They ain't got shit to do with nobody else. But they took my picture, and then I seen it online. I was just looking around. I don't even know I think it's called Red. It's something. Red. Is it Reddit? Am I wrong? Something. They have another one. What's that little image thing called? Derek probably know what it is. What's that little? They have a little image thing. I'll look it up. I'll find it. I'm quick with it. It's something. They have a little thing that where you go check pictures. I think it's called. Is it Shutter Hub or Shutter Shack? Something like that. It might have been on that. Yeah. I'm just trying to find it. I'm like, see, y'all making money off me. I can't even make money off me. I'm struggling off me. And y'all making money off me. That's kind of dirty if you think about it. Think about it, man, somebody sell you your picture, Derek. They sell you a picture of you. Well, you call them up or whatever, or you try to get in touch with them. Oh, no, you got to pay for that. What you mean I got to pay for it? That's me. I got to pay for a picture of myself? I couldn't even find the thing. I'm kind of looking fast, but yeah. But anyway, just take my word that that's what they do. Is they selling pictures. You don't sell a picture of me to me. I sound like a complete idiot if I buy a picture of me from you. It's me. That should be something that should be just given to me. And then when the photographer that took that one, the one where I got the feathers sticking up, and I showed you guys, the photographer who sent that, she didn't even send it to me in the highest quality. I'm like, really? Is my picture? I had to take that picture all day long. Took about 2-3 hours for you to get the right, for you to get the picture right, and you can't even send it to me. This, I don't know. It's just, y'all know what it is. I'm not even gonna. I'll let you guys bring it up. You know exactly what it is. And so my chat is smart enough. The people that's in my chat is smart enough to know what it is. So I'm not gonna even trip. Because you guys know what it is. You guys know why, and you know what it is. And so I don't have to go through that because this is grown folks chat. Everybody knows why it's done. Yeah, everybody knows why it's done. So I don't even have to go through it because everybody knows why it's done. Yep. And freaking dollars in the pocket, baby. Everybody, yeah. I just said dollars in the pocket, but everybody knows why it's done. Just dirt. That's really, that's me. So you got to pay for you. You got to pay for you. It's crazy, man. Reddit. Shutterfly. That's one of them. Shutterfly, and then there's another one too. Shutter. Yeah, Derek got it. I don't know if he got that because I said Shutter. Yeah, Shutter something. And then they got other ones. Yeah, they got other ones, but yeah, they put that shit that's on there. See, I might Google my own name and put it in there and find out what it is. Yeah, so y'all charging me, y'all charging me money for myself? Well, get your ass out of here. Let me look at, I might look for my own self. Maybe I'll find myself. I'll look for my own self. I can Google my own self. I'll find it on because all I do, I look for myself and I look for myself in the chronicle, and I'm gonna come up. But then they're gonna have more than they're gonna have a bunch of stuff up there. If you once I click on the picture, I start finding myself everywhere. And you know what? You got babies and stuff in there. That's what I don't like because you got babies. I actually had to take my own picture off of the date book in the chronicle. I had to take my picture out of there just so I can have a better quality picture. It's like you send me a picture, and you don't even send me the best, the best quality picture. It's like that's kind of sad. No, you were supposed to send. Yeah, okay, I see it again. It's on there a couple times. Yeah, but I can't find that other site. I know I found it on another site. Yeah, and I think it might have been what Derek said. It might have been that Shutterfly. It might have been on that thing. It might have been on that. But yeah, that's another thing. Stealing. That's stealing. That's taking money. That's taking money out of my pocket. That's taking money out of my pocket. I should be getting that money, man. I should be getting a cut. What do y'all think is fair? What do y'all think is fair for ego, man? If somebody got your picture, somebody's just like, especially you wait around that long and you take a picture so they can get the pictures right. Because what happened, the feathers are dropped down, brother. And so it was a lot of wind out there on the ocean. And so they waited for all the feathers to get straight up like that before they got the picture. But what do y'all think? I see my brother down there. Salute to Michael Johnson's Boxing Talking More. Okay. He said what it did. He said on the fishing kayak listening in. All right. Yeah, we don't see you, man. We don't see you enough, man. Hit that thumbs up before you hit that live, though, brother. Yeah. Yeah. Derek Bray said he said 2 hours is still not best quality. Yeah, brother. 2 hours and you ain't gonna send me. You could have sent me a better quality. What you do? Saved it down. You know what I mean? They want to save the pixels out of it. In other words, what I'm saying, a lot of pictures they're pixelated. So the higher the pixelation is, the higher quality of the picture. But you can save it down. You can save space on the computer and all that by cropping it and all that. And they probably done that before they sent it to me. Not even a megapixel. I mean, not even a megabyte. If you want to send somebody a high quality, it got to be up in the megabyte somewhere. It got to be high. If it's pixels, it has to be high, man. If it's based off that, because you got pictures that aren't based off of pixels like that, where the quality is high no matter what. If it's a small image, it's high. If it's a big image, it's high. Yeah, but they on that. They was on that. Oh, there it is. I know what it is now. I got it. It's called Getty. It's Shutterfly, but yeah, I'm on. So they got me on Getty. That's what it is, Derek. So they selling my picture on Getty. Not just me. They got other people there, but they selling my picture. I ran across mine a couple times. Like, wait a minute. I'm looking at two right now. And yeah, and they got it in Spanish. So they got it in different. It got my name. That's the whole thing. That's what killed me. They got my name. It has my name. It says Asante Eagle Face. It's right there. And then they got that little grocery cart, brother. What that mean? If you got a grocery cart. Yeah, everybody knows that little grocery cart mean. That means you selling my picture. And so I got about four up there. I got more up there than anybody else. I have more pictures of me up there than anybody else got. And that's what it's called. It's called Getty Images. Yeah. And they got that little cart. Hey, they peddling. Hey, they peddling my picture. They peddling my picture, brother. Huh? Hey, what y'all think? What y'all think? They owe my ass, don't they? Yeah. That's effed up. And then and I got the most pictures up. I got the most pictures. Yep. Yeah, they taking advantage of the ego, man. Yeah. So y'all can look it up and y'all see what I'm talking about. So it's on Getty Images. So probably look at, y'all could probably put on Getty's Images and then put my name in. Because I damn sure didn't get, I damn sure didn't give him permission, to be, selling my shit. Yeah. Yeah. I better save that page because I was just in there. So what I told y'all, San Francisco Chronicle. Okay, the podcast. So I put my name in. Y'all just give me a. Yeah, this like this French too. What is it? French. So I know if they selling me to the French people, they selling me to everybody, to other people. Nah, that shit ain't right, man. Eagle should have royalties coming. Y'all right, man. Eagle should have royalties coming, man. They playing Eagle, man. Yeah, that's effed up, dude. That's messed up, brothers and sisters. Yeah, nah. Ain't no way this shit is right. Yeah, ain't no way that's right. I'm gonna keep that up there. I'll save it once I get out of here. Yeah. Damn sure ain't right, man. Ain't no telling how much bread they pulling off of all them pictures and shit. Because people don't know think about other countries. People don't know. They might be selling, they might be going $3 or $4 a picture or something like that. I mean, how many people you got in the world, man? You got different countries. Oh yeah, shoot some over here because they never seen, the culture, the culture over here. I'm like, nah, that's, yeah. They'll probably try to tell me, oh yeah, you try to get them to take them down first. But ain't there's no telling how many forums my picture is up there like that. Yeah, but back to the top though, man. I stayed in here, but back to the top though, man. All these controversial fights, man, is they always have the common theme. The common theme on this side of the globe, or whatever you want to call it, the globe or pond, is always some controversy with a brown skinned so-called African American or whatever like that in a Mexican fighter. That's where the controversy is always at for some reason. And a lot of times it's regardless if the African American is a superstar fighter or not. Because the Canelo thing comes up. The Canelo versus Mayweather. Where everybody knows that we had a certain judge that tried to give the shit to Canelo. But why is that? And why are we just only entertained? Or why are they trying to make it seem like watching two white guys ain't worth watching? Or watching two so-called African American guys is not worth it? But they never say that watching two Mexican guys is okay to watch that. Huh? Why is that okay? Why is it that, how did Mexicans take over boxing to the point to where they're the only ones that's excited. Does anybody believe with that? Does anybody believe that? Does anybody believe that Mexicans are the only? I mean, you guys ain't gonna fall for that shit anyway. But does anybody just believe that Mexicans are the only exciting fighters? There's no other exciting fighters. If you ask me, they the most duckingest fighters right now, and I'm not picking on the Mexican people, but you guys got a lot of fighters in there right now. They ducking their ass off. Just let you know. Just let you know, y'all got some duckers in there right now. Y'all got some hiding ass fighters. They hiding. just to let you know, just in case you didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, I had to look back in here again. I was like, oh yeah, man, is that my? Yeah, didn't they? I thought one of my sisters up in here on this page. Yeah, yeah, they getting people. Yeah, they really smart with it. They know what they doing, man. They slick. Yeah, they are slick. So they catching us. They catching us like off guard, not thinking. I mean, that's another way to take advantage. I'm sorry, man. I had to go back to it. That's another way of taking advantage of the native, man. That's another way. Yeah, and there's not even very many pictures. It's all there's hundreds of people out there, and it's only like, let me see. I'll count them: 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 14, 17, 23, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 38, 42, 44. Out of 44 pictures, hundreds of people, I'm 3 out of 44. That's a lot of pictures for one person, right? 3 out of 44 when you got hundreds of people. So that means, I mean, it's groups of people. And then for a single people, you got one other person, they got him too. Because they got his eyes. So they have him closer. But they don't have, it's not going to be appealing to buy his because they just showing his eyes and stuff. Yeah. They got me. Yeah, but this bullshit with the whole race thing or whatever, we didn't bring up the race, but I just wanted to show y'all that all this controversial shit is they're doing it for popularity, and then they're just saying that there's a certain race, like the Mexican race is just a better Mexican nation. Well, they're a race, they're not a nation. If they knew their nation, they wouldn't call themselves Mexicans. Anyway, that's something that's neither here nor there. Well, it is there, but it ain't here. But they're ready to put up the big note because you guys aren't the most exciting fighters. You guys don't have every last fighter that everybody wants to say, oh, yeah, I got to see this Mexican fighter. No, who gives a shit? We want to see good fights. I'm not looking for great fights anymore. I want to see a good matchup. Because guess what? The Marquez of Queensberry rules, that's what it has in there stated. That you're supposed to have, like Derek hears me and a lot of people come in here, they hear Eagle say that style make fight and style make no fight. But guess what? As far as the Marquez of Queensberry rules, fight is always supposed to be made to where a style makes a fight. It's always supposed to be a fight. Every fight we see is really supposed to be a fight. We're not supposed to see like a blowout. I mean, sometimes it's going to happen like when you go for a championship fight. That might happen. But for the most part, we're supposed to be seeing fights. All the fights should be good action-packed fights. And see, a lot of dumb people don't understand the reasons. A lot of times you might say a certain race or certain fighter doesn't have a good looking performance or something. It's because the style didn't make the fight as well. Or the fighter didn't bring the ass as well. If you're not coming in there just like, if you want to see a fight, just a fight, and it didn't last long, look at the Marvin Hagler versus Tommy Hearns fight. If you want to see a slugfest. And I'm not seeing no Mexicans or nobody fight like that no more. I'm not seeing people come in fighting like that. Let Canelo come out fighting somebody with a heavy punch like that. His ass he gonna go to sleep. Nobody's fighting like that. That's not what is meant by, The ref tells you protect yourself at all times, but so Mexican style is what you guys are telling me is Mexican style means don't protect yourself at all times. Just come out slugging, just come out throwing haymakers. I haven't seen that fight. When am I gonna see this fight? It hasn't really, but I haven't seen no devastating knockouts. I've been watching Mexican fighters. I haven't watched no devastating knockouts. I watched David Benavidez. He ain't devastatingly knocking somebody out, huh? Rivera just got beat up. Ryan Garcia got a stoppage, but where's he at now? Lopez didn't get no stoppage. He beat Loma up, but what was so devastating about what he did? What was so great? Oh, he was devastating. Tank Davis is devastating people. Matter of fact, he just knocked 2 of your Mexican fighters out. And I'm just throwing that out there now because I'm just using the language because that's what people say. Huh? All your great fighters is all your big names is losing, or the smaller fighters is winning. But eventually they gonna run into the right one. Derek Bay said Canelo doesn't fight Mexicans. What's that about? Y'all the hardest and heaviest and best fighters. Get your ass in there and fight Mexicans. Who's he fighting? He's on the European. He was on the European tour for a while. I don't know if he's still on the European tour. Any great fighter, if you're an A+ fighter or a B+ fighter, you can go on a tour of fighting European fighters. And this is no shade. I'm not knocking the European fighters, but you guys have a certain style. You guys are known for a certain style. And styles make fights. Or styles make no fights. You guys are known for getting your head smashed in or stuff. When you change because you don't fight enough of the universal style, you don't fight enough American style fighters. You guys stay over there with the Commonwealth and stuff, and then when time you get over here, then it's just a whole different look over here, with the exception. So Taylor's a European fighter, right? And we like him. We're not gonna go against him. Now it might be a style that he fights, and he gets that ass whooped completely, but we just have to wait to see. I'm not wishing it. I'm not hoping it. And it's not a suggestion. I'm just saying it can happen. That's all I'm saying, man. Yeah, that's it. Well, we covered most of, this whole thing. We'll probably have to bring it up again another way. People will get mad at it, but don't try not to get mad at what I was saying today because I'm not. It's no kind of raised bait or nothing like that. It's a discussion about why superstars and then have a certain status, and then certain cultural fighters have a certain status. Where people just stay mad. People stay mad at Mayweather because of Castillo fight. You can get mad if it wasn't a re-up. Think about it. He did a re-up. So you can't get mad if somebody fights you again. You can't get mad because same thing with Maidana. You got mad, but he got a re-up. Sometimes you need to get a re-up. If it's close, hey, do it. Get a re-up. And that's why we keep like the Trout. That we're gonna keep that on our mind. We're gonna keep the Lara on our mind when it comes to Canelo. We're gonna keep those fights on our mind. Even Kovalev, we're gonna keep that on our mind. That you got 3 redos. You got 3 fights that you need to redo, and you haven't redone. The only one you redone was Triple G, and both of they still was controversial fights. A lot of people thought you lost the first one. Some people might even thought you lost the second one. They don't think you was as effective as you thought you was. A lot of people think it was easy and like a clear win. But why? The whole point of what I'm trying to make today is why these different statuses, when the only status it should be on your ability. That's the only status it should be, is your ability. That's it. Derek Bay said, yeah, he's still on tour. Yeah, he's still on tour. Get your ass in there and fight the fighters that we need you to fight. Anyway, people, I'm gonna let y'all go. I got so much stuff to do for this week. I got a bill for this show coming up in about 3 weeks, and it's gonna be off the hinges and off the chain. That's right. It should be. It should be something wonderful happen for Eagle. That's all I'm looking for. I look for wonderful things to happen with y'all, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Eagles way of boxing, man. Where you get the real and not some deal. That's Eagles way, man. So my shout out to all the real people that I see, and my shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Keep messing with me. Y'all know what it is. It's Monday, man. Nothing but blessings. Yeah. Yeah, I usually stay on for a couple of seconds too, though. Michael Johnson, boxer talking more. I usually stay on. I don't want them to cut my video short. I already lost one video, lost half of it, so it's all good. We're back, and yeah, we talking about it because that's what we do. You know, you got to bring out all sides of stuff, man, because we are never getting nowhere. That's why with the society, if we call, we never get anywhere because everybody want to fight. Yeah, there's always you look at the small thing, and that's you keep looking at the small things over and over again because they throw that in front of our face. Oh, such and such got killed and shot by the police. Yeah, of course that's gonna happen. That's set up to keep you where you at. Yep. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.